Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho.
I had a really good time in Krabi and Phuket, but now I'm back to Samui, back to reality. It is workday like usual. I am right now at the cafe with my laptop working on something. This morning I was working on the logo for my photography website. So I already have like a website and logo and everything. And the thing is I've already like done the branding, redesign of logo twice. This is the third time. But this time it just feels right. Like I want to show you some of the logo that I have created this morning, but at the same time like they're still in draft. So let me see if I can show you something. You will see which one I pick as the final logo, but I'm actually very happy with the direction I have right now for this logo. I think it's very me. It's fit my photography branding. Yeah, I will show you guys now. This morning I was working with my other laptop, and this laptop is like a lighter laptop, so I use this to like take outside, but I use a MacBook Pro at home, and this one is a MacBook Air. It's not as powerful, but it's much easier to work outside with this laptop. But yeah, just something a little annoying about having two different laptops, but not really a big deal. You know what, funny? When I meet an American, they always say something like, "Oh, your accent is so interesting. Where are you from?" It's like a mix of everything. And whenever I meet a Brit, they always say like, "Oh, are you American?" Sorry, they say something like, I can't do the accent, but for some reason they think I'm American. I guess to them, you either speak English that sound British or sound more American. So I am gonna try this Sirinsky. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but like a Russian pancake. So I'm here with
Martin.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
So fun fact, so actually Martin was the one that told me to start a YouTube channel and start documenting my life, and in the beginning I didn't know like what to talk about, but now I feel like it's the best thing that happened to me, because I feel like vlogging really helped me organize my thoughts and then also see the progress that I have made day to day. I think day one I wasn't even starting my marketing agency yet, but now I have an agency, so it's very fun and cool to see my progress.
Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, Siento perderte,
It
perderte.
is Saturday. I started my day pretty late just because I left at 3 a.m. last night. I was working. This morning I went for lunch with my mom and then we went to the nail salon to remove my nails. Finally, I'm back to like normal nails. And here and there, and finally, this is like 4 p.m. We got to my favorite beach on Samui. This beach is called Crystal Bay Beach. Just look at the water, guys. Like, come on. It's unreal. It is by far the most beautiful beach on Samui. The water is the clearest and it's usually busy on the weekend but not so busy on the weekdays. So if you want to come here and have a more like private alone time, I would suggest to come during the weekday in the morning if possible because it's so beautiful. Alright, so I am with my mom. It's her first time here and she also hasn't been to Samui in a long time. หาดนี้สวยไหม
สวยจ้า
สวยอันดับไหนดี ให้คะแนน
ให้คะแนน สวยอันดับสองค่ะ
อันไหนอันดับหนึ่ง
อันดับหนึ่งเหรอ ยังคิดไม่ออกเลย
Yeah, well, so I asked her like, okay, can you rate the beach? And she said like this is like the second most beautiful beach. And I'm like, okay, so what's the most beautiful? She said like, I don't know. You know, ever since I came back from Krabi and Samui, I feel like my life have changed. Like something have shifted in the energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to meet the right people in Krabi, in Phuket, and in Samui as well. Like yesterday, I went to Health Lab and I met 3 new friends, and they're all amazing. By the way, like I really like meeting like people, like-minded people, and it's very good that now I'm starting to find like the right people in Samui. And I really think like one of the reason is because of the place I hang out. There's a place called Health Lab that every single person that has like some mindset, like entrepreneur mindset, that want to do something in life, who care about health and fitness, they all go to Health Lab, you know. So I think Health Lab is one of the best place to be in, to hang out if you come to Samui and you want to meet new friends. I really wish I start going there like earlier, but you know it's never too late. I still meet a lot of people and I'm very happy about it. I just walked across the beach to this rock, but just how beautiful it is, and like I feel so lucky to be living here and call Samui my home. To be honest, at first I wasn't really sure about living in Samui, but I like the beach, and I like to be in a place where it's not too remote. I like to be able to meet like-minded people who care about entrepreneurship, who care about health, who care about fitness. And more than that, and travel, you know, like just not just that, but like I was looking at Phuket, and Phuket has a lot more people, but I also think Phuket doesn't attract the right type of people. I think Phuket had more people that like just want to party or like come to Thailand just as like a day, a year off or something like that. And also like the people in Phuket, I feel like they care more about party, but then Samui is different. There are more people that come here and they're like, I just want to like recharge and I just want to get like my health back. So there are places on the island where you know you can do like wellness retreat, yoga or train Muay Thai or something like that, and also similar to like, Koh Phangan and Koh Tao, which is just half an hour boat ride from Samui and 2-hour boat ride from Samui. So in Koh Tao, people usually go there to dive. They learn scuba diving and also like free diving as well. Like Koh Tao is one of the best dive spot in the world. And Koh Phangan, like people know Koh Phangan for a full moon party, but actually Koh Phangan is very beautiful, and the people in Koh Phangan are actually very spiritual. So like different vibes, you know. And yeah, well, I like Koh Samui because it's like it's somewhere between, let's say, Koh Phangan and Phuket. It's not too remote. You can still like find some modern amenity here. Versus Got Phangan is way too remote and Phuket has too much party going on. I would say the other place that I like living in is Bali. Bali is a place that I would consider living in long term. I'm actually thinking to go there in November and stay for like 1 to 2 months. I have already spent 2 months in Bali this year, to be honest, and I really like it. But the thing that I'm missing from Bali for me would be the food and the infrastructure. In Bali, it's really hard to find clean water. And it's really hard to find good food that are not Western food. Like you like Western food in Bali, it's pretty easy to find. But the thing I like more about Bali is the community. There are a lot more people in Bali. That's why it's easier to find like-minded people. And also, what I like about Bali is the fitness community. It's so easy to find a really nice gym in Bali that has everything. So that's something Koh Samui doesn't have, by the way. So in Bali, you can find a gym that had gym and recovery, meaning sauna, ice bath. But in Koh Samui, there's no gym that has like sauna, ice bath, and pool, like all in the same facility. Except one place. There's a place called Got Fit in Lamai, but you know it's in Lamai, so it's not in the area where most people hang out. Most people in Samui hang out in Chaweng, Bawput area, so that gym is a bit far away. And to me, a gym cannot be more than 10 minutes away from me, otherwise I would not go often. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some people that would drive to the gym, just not me. At first, when I came back to Thailand, I wasn't sure if I want to live here or Bangkok or Phuket or like somewhere else, but I love the beach. So to me, the only real options are the places with the beach, and the places like Got Phangan is too remote for me. Even though Got Phangan has such a great digital nomad community, and Got Phangan is not just about full moon party. By the way, Got Phangan has a lot of spiritual people living there, and Got Phangan is so beautiful, but it's way too remote for me. I draw the line at the airport. I cannot live somewhere that doesn't have the airport. So that's like my number one thing. And Koh Samui is the closest island to Got Phangan that has the airport. But the airport in Koh Samui is actually very special because the airport in Koh Samui is owned by an airline called Bangkok Airways. So the only planes in and out of Samui are from Bangkok Airways, and that also means that the plane ticket to come to Samui is always more expensive than any other places in Thailand. For example, a round trip plane ticket from Samui to Bangkok is about 350 US dollar, right? Round trip, yeah. And versus if you go from Bangkok to Phuket, the round trip ticket would probably be $100 to $150. But that's also with low-cost airlines. So we doesn't have any other airline except Bangkok Airways. So we're gonna have to live with it. But the good news is that if someone live here 6 months or longer, they can apply for Bangkok Airways resident cards, which gonna give them about 30 to 50% discount for the air ticket, and that's gonna be much easier for people who live here to travel outside the island. And that's what I'm really looking forward to be honest. Like I'm looking forward to 6 months here so I can apply for a cheaper ticket because it really is a hassle. When I went to Krabi and Phuket, I took a ferry. First I drive to the pier, right? Then I take a ferry from Nathon Pier to Donsak Pier in Surat Thani, and from there I took a van to Krabi. And on the way back from Phuket to Samui, I hired a taxi to drop me at the pier, and then I took a ferry back to Samui and I drove back here. So that's the only downside of living in Samui. I would say it's a bit hard to go from one place to another, but it's also not really a big deal if you like living here and not plan to go out as much. But someone like me who love to travel, that's like the only downside of living here, really. I would say the only other place that I would consider living in again in Asia is Bali because I would say the only other place in Southeast Asia I would consider living in is Bali. I love Bali a lot because Bali has nice nature, the best community, like best people. But the thing that I don't like about Bali is the food and the infrastructure. Food there, I'm not really a fan, sorry. The Western food there are good though. But the infrastructure, meaning the roads are really bad, the pollution is really bad, and there's no clean water. Imagine at night you want to brush your teeth and then you forgot to buy a bottle of water in Bali. You can't brush your teeth basically because you can't use tap water. Whereas in Thailand, you can use tap water to brush your teeth, there's no issue. So that's the only thing, but I might go back to Bali in November actually, because my lease for my place here is up in October. So why not? I'm gonna go over to Bali for 1 to 2 months and spend time there and then see my old friends there as well.